Yeah, we need to talk about the effects of these drop rates. Hi everyone, some gamer dude here. I planned to make a video about the drop rates for the Epic of the Dragon Lord earlier on. But after Jeremy/Ruler School said that he had contacted iSpy, suggesting an answer to the issue, I decided to scrap the video. Then I woke up to a friend linking me to a comment on Global, stating that due to the drop rates of the rulers in the Epic of the Dragon Lord, rulers are hovering between 38 and 75 American dollars. But equally as annoying, people saying that this is both good and a sign of health. If you're not into Force of Will, the drop rates of the Epic of the Dragon Lord are about half of that of Prelude to Ataraxia, the prior set. 1 of 6 rulers a box versus 1 of 3, and 3 of 5 Marvel Rares versus a straight 5. I was not expecting either of these changes. With 6 rulers, I expected a return to the drop rates of Grim Cluster onwards, 40% of rulers per box, 2 of 5 and 4 of 10. There was no reason to expect Marvel to change. Marvel doesn't seem to be hitting extreme heights, however. On TCG Player, they are averaging about 13 USD. No different to the more popular super rares when those were scarcer during Alice Origins 1 through 3. Considering they sit at 1 playset per deck and everything else for the main deck is about 8 USD and under, I'm not overly concerned. Providing you are playing Cluster and a monocolor deck where you will need the most of these cards, you only have 3 sets of super rares to worry about. It adds up, but there is a very different psychological effect of multiple single-digit cost cards versus multiple double-digit cost cards. It adds up, but neither looks nor feels as bad. I'm willing to defend this as fine. The ruler values given on that post this morning were incorrect when I checked up on them. On TCG Player, the rulers are sitting between 38 and 52 USD. I think the point still stands. That's a lot of money. Too much, and I won't defend it. I need to state this now. I believe they are overvalued by a rather extreme amount. From a box, you pull about 12% of a full playset of Marvel Rares, 3 of 25. 1 of 6 rulers is 16% of a ruler playset. The God Packs, which includes a singleton set of all 5 Marvel Rares in foil, does increase the drops of Marvel Rares. But my point is, rulers are not scarcer than Marvel Rares. They line up really well, actually. Theoretically, rulers should be about 15 USD themselves. They are in no way more desirable than the Marvel Rares. They are as desirable. The ruler is the cornerstone of the deck in Force of Will. It's what people bond with, and that attracts them to the game. It's the soul of the game. Rulers having these prices attached is a massive turn-off. Established players that don't have scenes, which is most people, and especially new players, will both see these prices and scoff. Established players will drop the game, and new players won't bother. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. TCGs are gacha games. You want that first hit cheap. You want them in the door. Then you drain them of funds, like a financial vampire. I don't agree that it's a sign of health. I believe it's a sign of scarcity plus necessity. At 1 a box, they feel scarcer than they really are. Thus the price. You just need 1 is not an excuse for this. That 1 card is what attracts people, and these prices are highly unattractive. It drives people away. It's good for the secondary market? Not really. Not when the market shrinks due to the cost involved, and the game gets ever closer to the cliff of unprofitability. The Alice Origins starters still being around isn't an excuse either, since Force of Will is very theme-focused. Alice Origins is out of print, and the EDL cards won't be of terribly much use to the Alice Origins rulers. People are not going to buy boxes to start with. It's foolish to think anyone would. It's also foolish to think everyone can afford a case of boxes. Finally, I don't think it's an appealing prospect to buy 2 boxes and have fun with that. Not with the low chances of pulling what you want and how theme-focused Force of Will is as a game. Just doing that will cause resentment and stop people from continuing. I, of course, would like the drop rates Jeremy suggested. 33 to 40% of rulers a box, 2 a 5 or 6, and bumping Marvel Rare up to 4 a box. A compromise between Prelude to Ataraxia and the Rise of the Dragon Lord. This would help people like my group who can only order so many boxes and have limited access to singles. However, I really do think the more pressing issue is that the rulers' prices are dramatically inflated. As I said earlier, the drop rates are about that of a Marvel Rare. They should not command 3 times the value. The thing is, so long as people are paying it and they feel scarce in boxes, there is no reason for them to drop in value. I can't see anything going below 30 USD. I saw people saying they wanted to quit when they saw the drop rates of the Epic of the Dragon Lord. 1 ruler and 3 Marvel Rare were enough to push them out. That's fair enough. My group is less inclined to buy boxes unless this changes, and depending on the promotional material before the previous season, we might skip boxes for Saga Cluster 2. These drop rates plus no characters with prior attachment, that's a hard sell. This was a blunder. I get why it happened, increasing the profitability of the game, but there is only so much blood you can draw from a stone. The game needs all the help it can get, and this isn't it. It's the same whaling tactic Wizards is using now, and I'm not a fan. It solidifies a smaller and more fanatical fan base that will eventually burn out. It's not a long-term big brain tactic. I think we needed starter decks and we needed them yesterday. I don't care if they're deliberately plain compared to the set ones, so long as they're out there. Either that, or we need some type of reprint. I wouldn't object to 3 rulers a box next set. 2 of the new ones, 1 from EDL. Just try to get more out there, make the boxes feel better. Saying that, we don't know what the rest of the cluster holds. Maybe they're deliberately scarce because this set of rulers will see another appearance in another set. All I can say is I'm not looking forward to buying a Borozuki and Mikage. Might have to make some hard decisions. This has been Some Gamer Dude, and thanks for watching.